ignorance. And every religion has it somewhere. It's all got to go. It's all just blatantly crap by egos to support egos. Bullshit, separation, ego, drama. And so you want to buy into any of that, why?
Yeah, they've got the, what, if it's Sabbath and someone's drowning, if it's a Jew, you can save him.
Yeah.
If it's a guy, you let him drown.
Right. What kind of nonsense is this? So I don't care if it's Hinduism, I don't care if it's Christianity, I don't care if it's Judaism, I don't care what it is. It's got some bullshit drama behind it that's there for egos to run around and say we're better and we're higher and we have the only thing. And that's nonsense. Absolute 100% nonsense that has to go. Nobody has a corner on God. Nobody has a corner on consciousness. And all these affects that they've added to it are man-made for ego. That's the end of it, bottom line story. It's got to be swept clean. It's time. It's nonsense. And that's all. So yeah, I'm not going to be popular with a lot of these teachers, no matter what persuasion.
Well, you got what in Christianity? If you're not saved by Christ, whatever. I'm not Christian, but if you're not saved by Christ, then you go to hell or whatever. Right?
Yeah. Everybody else is going to hell but them. They're the special ones. Judaism, they're the chosen ones.
The chosen ones.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's all such utter nonsense. So rather than coming to more truth, they're entering into more occlusion and more, more drama. That's all. They're not getting to clarity in that. It's got to be stripped bare. Absolutely, all has to be stripped bare. And what's weird, though, you can see, it's all been stripped bare. You can see where the ones that were originally speaking, where they were coming from and what direction they were trying to go. And then you could see how mankind took it and just skewed it to where it doesn't even resemble what direction they were trying to point to. It's become so convoluted by ego that says, I know and I understand it, and this is what they meant. Well, no, it's not what they meant at all.
Complete opposite.
Complete opposite. But they get it into more ego justifying and more, reason for separation and more reason for these pompous attitudes and this nonsense and this drama. But it's time for all of that to end. Really, if mankind is going to find out that they are mankind, humankind, that they are one, and they all have the same emotions, they all have the same feelings, the same, fears, the same hopes, then they have to come out of this separation of higher and lower and me against them and all of this nonsense. It has to be broken through. And one has to begin to stand up for the truth of it versus the spin. And that's the only way that these walls are going to fall. Only way.
And you have entire wars created on this basis, too.
Exactly. And so what's holy and righteous and spiritual about any of that? When God is one, what is this, I'm going to fight against the other mankind? No, it's the same God essence within everybody, regardless of what religion they are, and regardless of where they live, regardless of the externalized society that's built around it. And this nonsense has to end. And it takes, once again, starting with getting honest with yourself. Brutal, brutal honesty. with what's there and what's not. And the integrity to start to stand up for the truth, that eternal truth, that one singular truth that runs like a thread through all religious persuasions, without the rest of the occluding drama that's risen up around it. It's time. It's really time for mankind to start stepping up. And they have to find it within rather than clinging to these, cult leaders and all of that, personalities and the drama, and expecting them to give something. It has to be found in the heart of being. Has to be. That's it.
It's like utter simplicity versus total complication.
Yeah. Has to be that simple. What's more simple than the truth of this? That mankind is mankind. And ego delusion is ego delusion. I don't care what the picture around it is. It's still the same delusion. Whether it's Hindu delusion, whether it's Jewish delusion, whether it's Christian delusion, or what society is, I don't care what they're wearing, what the societal quote-unquote norms are versus not, it's all still the same delusion. And it has to be broken through.
And of course, as they hear this, the Jews would be, no. But we're the ones, we're the only ones, we're different. And of course, probably the other religions
the other religion's the same thing. It'll be the same thing.
See, in Judaism, it was directly God to man directly. Now, this is completely different than any other religion.
Yeah, well, every religion says that.
Yeah.
Every religion says that.
And of course, they still will respond to that, yes, but still, and you can't talk them out of it.
Well, no, God is one. That's what it means, God is one. There are not many, it's one. And it's the same, equally, everywhere. I don't care what the spin is they want to put around God and make God in their image. And every society, every man wants to make God in their image. Rather than God making man in his image, they want to make God into their image. They've got everything absolutely backwards. And the occlusions grow and grow and grow. So yeah, no, it's time. It's time for this drama to end. It's time, for actually mankind. And the only way to move forward is they have to do the inner journey, each one separately themselves, to find out what's the truth versus what's the fiction. Rather than projecting outward, it's everybody else's problem, fault, they need to look within and find out what's here and what's not, until all of this drama falls and they find out what's the truth from the fallacy, and then they'll be amazed. Then they could no longer stand for my religion against yours. Absolutely could not do it. Absolutely could not do it. They could not pick up arms against another in that way. They couldn't. Once one really genuinely sees what's there and what's not. And all this separation falls and all the drama falls. And the light is entered and the darkness is gone, So yeah, no, it's time. One has to stand up and speak out. Rather than saying, well, no, you need to come here because we're so special. No, there is no specialness here. How can it be special? Special requires a separation into higher and lower. No, it's the same. No matter where you're at, no matter who you are, there's only one. Divine is. So all this idea about higher and lower, grander, better separation, it can't be there any longer. It's such a fallacy, such a delusion, such ignorance. It goes, absolutely. And so at that point, what remains, one speaks to that delusion, that illusion at every turn, trying to break through that, continue to try to break through that, so that humanity, rather than destroying themselves in their ignorance, finally comes to some sort of discernment and can move forward to wisdom, rather than blind ignorance, just running around like a chicken with its head cut off.
And you just stated everything so perfectly clear and to the point. That's all you can do.
That's all one can do. Either people are ready to hear it, or they're not. And if they're not, okay, fine. They'll continue in their story spin with whatever they're doing, and eventually the hard knocks of life is going to knock them to the knees, and they'll have to eventually take a look deeper. And sometimes that's what it takes, really getting the hard whack, by the club of karma, till you knock to your knees, and then there's nowhere to look but up. Nowhere to go but in. Yeah. But sometimes it takes a really hard knock to get to that point.
This was stated so straight and to the point. It couldn't be any more simply put and clearly put than the way you just said it.
Well, it is simple. It is clear.
Yeah.
And that's all. And so I have another call coming in. Let me call Swami-G back. So namaste. Let me know when you get your car gets ready and done.
Okay.
Okay.
Namaste.
Namaste. Bye.